Welcome back to SWOT Analysis Presentation 1.1. The first portion of the presentation, 1.1a, covered internal strengths and weaknesses. Let's now focus on screening statements that are external opportunity considerations. Since strategy development relies heavily on available and viable opportunities, it is critical to avoid screening out options that could be the difference between long-term success and failure. You should avoid screening out opportunities just because they are not within the existing vision of the organization, require too much investment or cash outlay, necessitate the reallocation of human resources or capital assets, or are politically painful for the management team to implement. Given these watchouts, a filter for focusing attention on the best opportunities for long-term organizational success is essential. A guesstimate on the size of the pursuit fits the bill. If exploitation of the opportunity would lead to substantial benefits accruing to the enterprise, then it will remain as a viable consideration. On the other hand, if the opportunity is too small, monetarily or strategically, then it would get removed from consideration. The opportunity should, of course, be subject to intensive vetting post-strategy development exercises. Additional market research and financial analysis may or may not lead to eliminating the opportunity from consideration for targeted strategic initiatives. There are three filters for identifying threats that are meaningful to SWOT analysis. The first screen is the same as with judging opportunities. That is, determining the potential size of the threat. If the size is sufficient to cause a significant business issue, then it remains in the SWOT analysis and remains subject to further scrutiny. Conversely, if the risk is not consequential, then it would get removed from the list of threats. The second filter for recognizing threats for SWOT analysis inclusion centers on the likelihood of occurrence. If the threat could occur within a reasonable time horizon, then it remains as a SWOT element. On the other hand, the risk would get removed from consideration if the threat is only a distant possibility. The last screen centers on the reality. Some threats are outside of an organization's ability to control or implement actions to reduce its adverse impact on the business. If ameliorative actions are possible, then the risk remains as a SWOT component. Otherwise, it would get removed from the SWOT analysis. This is not to say that executives should avoid monitoring the threat and its potential damage to the organization. You've now completed Presentation 1.1. I hope you found it a valuable addition to your understanding of SWOT analysis. There is one more presentation for your review. Session 1.2 focuses on using SWOT for strategy development. In addition, it covers how objectives are aligned with strategies through the overall planning process. Strategic Planning in the Real World is a book that augments a series of audiovisual presentations like the one you just reviewed. The text is a step-by-step guide to the strategic planning process. It blends consultant and thought leader best practices with theory. It also uses the input from over 300 top executives to give you winning insights. Uniquely, the book provides plug-and-play data collection techniques, presentation formats, and work plans to achieve optimal process results. Most importantly, strategic planning in the real world quickly and concisely answers the questions strategists and key stakeholders must know. You can acquire Strategic Planning in the Real World from Amazon.com for a retail price of $49. However, as a special offer to viewers of this audiovisual presentation, you can go to richardclass.com, enter the promotion code of ClassBook25 to receive a 50% discount.